Hi guys, Dave here with my buddy Ghost. What we have for you today is a poplar tree. Now it's a little bit late in the year, so there's not any leaves on the trees. Halloween is less than a week away. The leaves are sort of serrated, heart-shaped, fairly easily identifiable. A number of trees have similar leaves. But the best way to identify them is their light color. They generally have sort of a white powdery substance on them that helps to protect the tree during cold weather. The sap doesn't freeze up in the tree early in the year and possibly later in the fall as well because of that white powder. Also, the underneath is a very light green, so it makes this tree fairly easy to see a long way off, easy to identify. So what's good about the poplar tree? For starters, they grow fairly quickly, they reproduce fairly quickly, so you can use them in shelter building, various other utilitarian things around your campsite without causing really too much damage, as opposed to, say, cutting down an oak tree that takes quite a long time to grow and doesn't reproduce quite so fast. So this is a good tree to cut down green for things like that. Also, the inner bark of the poplar tree is fairly similar to the inner bark of a willow tree in that it has a compound in it that is almost identical to ASA, otherwise known as aspirin. In an event where you need a painkiller and there's no weeping willows around, a good substitute is the poplar tree. You cut the bark, scrape off the inner bark, and you use about 2 tablespoons of that inner bark in a cup of boiling water. Steep it into a tea, drink that. It's the same thing as taking a couple of aspirin. If you are sensitive to aspirin, allergic to it, or if you have, like a thin blood problems that would be aggravated by ASA, do not use this. This is almost identical to ASA, and you will react to it the exact same way as you would ASA. So that's pretty much... Oh, actually no, that's not pretty much. This is also a very soft wood, so it's good for kindling for your campfires and whatnot. The lower branches that die are great for getting fires started. So there you go, a little handful of kindling right there, just off of that one stick. It does burn very well. It's one of the softer woods that you're going to find. So the powder on the tree also, I've never actually tested this, but I've heard this before. If you take your socks out of your boots, pull them off your feet, rub the powder on it, it helps draw moisture away from your feet, which is definitely a good thing if you're in the bush hiking around. I've honestly never tried that. I don't know if it's true or not. That's just something that I picked up along the way, something that I've heard. So all in all, fairly useful tree, and like I say, don't feel bad about cutting a couple of them down for shelter building or utilitarian purposes, because they do reproduce fast and they do grow fairly fast. So it is an excellent way to utilize greenwood without causing too much damage to the area. So I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. Like and share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.